Okay, in this video, I want to talk about picks. That may sound so silly and cheesy, but I cannot believe how much thought and time and effort I've been putting into picking out the perfect guitar pick here over the past 2 or 3 months. It's been blowing my mind. Now, when it all came down to it, when I was pretty much at the peak of my guitar playing, when I was in a band and, we were playing gigs and we had a manager and whatnot, my pick of choice was your standard Jazz 3 pick. Just kind of thick. It's rather thick, very, very heavy. Standard Jazz 3. My style that I had adapted at that point was a mixture of a bunch of different things: metal, blues, and rock. So one of the guitar players that influenced me, like I said, was Zakk Wylde. Only a tiny little fraction of my style was derived from Zakk Wylde, but throwing pinch harmonics into my riffs. It didn't matter what song we were playing. I could figure out how to take an 80s classic rock song and throw pinch harmonics in there, I would throw a pinch harmonic in anything that I could think, anywhere it would fit, I would throw it in there. And Jazz 3 picks are much, 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 much easier to do pinch harmonics with, because when you do a pinch harmonic, basically what you're doing is you let the string come off of the pick, and immediately after the string comes off the pick, it has to brush against your thumb. Just fucking barely. Right on the perfect spot. And if you do it right, it'll produce this really loud, high-pitched squeal. You've probably heard guitar players do that a lot. They'll be playing a bunch of low notes, a low, crunchy, heavy, and then in the middle of that, it'll squeal real loud. Well, that's what they call a pinch harmonic. And I just think it sounds so fucking badass. So when I was, at the height of my guitar playing in my early 20s, the Jazz 3 was my pick of choice because it was really easy to throw pinch harmonics into my riffs. But, ever since I dropped the guitar for so many years and I picked it back up, I've been having a really hard time settling on what type of pick that I want to use. When I very, very, very first picked the guitar back up, what felt more comfortable to me than anything was a medium pick. And I really started taking a liking to the Dunlop Tortex picks. Just that they are made out of some kind of material that apparently is supposed to imitate tortoise shell, And I don't know if that's true or not, but whatever it's made out of, they have really good grip. They don't slip. It's not slippery and slick like one of these. Hang on, let me find one. Like one of these here, like your old standard plastic slippery picks. But regardless, a medium pick. And pretty much until I adapted the Jazz 3, anything medium. I didn't like it too flimsy. I didn't like it too thick and heavy. I really liked a medium. Medium pick with just a little bit of give in it. And that's for, right when I got the Les Paul, that's what I settled on. I liked a medium pick. And I decided to see what kind of pick Slash uses. And he uses a Dunlop Tortex 1.14. And this was entirely too heavy for my liking at first. And the more I, played around and picked around and messed around, the more I started really, really, really taking a liking to these really thick, heavy picks. And I've just been going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I've acquired a pretty decent, extensive pick collection. I don't know, I might have 300-400 picks, maybe 500, I don't know. But I finally landed on the holy grail of guitar picks, okay? So like I said, I really like the Dunlop Tortex. And as far as shape goes, the Jazz 3 is just really the perfect shape. So they have Dunlop Tortex Jazz 3. And the 0.88 millimeter, which is pretty good and heavy. A little teeny itty bitty bit of give, not too much. But they do have the 1.14 in the Jazz 3 too. I'm thinking about buying a pack of those too. But this right here, for me personally, if you like Dunlop Tortex and you like Jazz 3, they blended them together. So it's the same material as one of these, and it's the same size. Where'd it go? It's the same size as your standard Jazz 3 pick. It's beautiful. It's perfect. So I have made my permanent switch over to Dunlop Tortex Jazz 3 picks. Best picks I've ever played with, ever. I'm not being paid to say that, you know. I don't get paid for anything that I do musically. I wouldn't even, good God, I don't even have a big enough audience to get paid on this channel. But yeah, that's just me. These Dunlop Tortex Jazz 3 for me is just the holy grail of picks. Now, I did try these Dunlop Tortex, but these ones are a little bit too flimsy. They're pretty comfortable though. They are pretty comfortable. I like them, but they have a little bit too much give. They're a little bit too flimsy. These are the 0.6 millimeter. So basically it would be like the Jazz 3 version of this, you know? So what I ended up settling on as far as my favorite Tortex pick was this one here, the 0.88. For a regular standard size pick, I would choose this one, the 0.88. And for some reason, I don't know why they made the 0.88s Jazz 3 ones white. But this right here is basically these two blended together. The Jazz 3 with the 0.88. Next, I am going to try and see how the 1.14 Jazz 3s feel. They do come in purple. But yeah, man, it's been a crazy journey. Oh, let me show you one. Let me see if I can find this. I ordered a pack of picks on Amazon, on Amazon. And I got an email from the people saying something like, your order has been delayed because of some problem in shipping. So we're going to throw you in a little freebie just for the wait. And I'm like, okay, it's just picks. So I've seen videos on these things. And I didn't even know what to think of them. The picks finally show up in the mail, and this thing is in there. Look at this. You have this weird ribbed side right here. You have, I guess, this regular edge there. Then you have this thing. Super strange. What this reminds me of is a shark's fin, is what it reminds me of. Every time I look at this, I think of a shark's fin. This is made by some company called Exotic Plectrums. And I've picked around with it a time or two. It's interesting if you play with this edge right here. It's a very interesting sounding pick. I'll probably demonstrate that when I do my video talking about my acoustic guitar, because I'm going to be doing that here shortly too. So anyway, that's where I'm at with picks, y'all. I have one hell of a collection of picks here. If you ever come over to my house and you want to jam out, you ain't going to have to worry about whether or not I got a pick for you. So, all right, y'all, I'm out of here. Stay blessed.